This is an emergency alert system analog horror video. This is only an analog horror video. It contains valid emergency alert tones, fictional places, and fictional agencies. This video is for entertainment and I will not be responsible for any panic. This is only an analog horror video. This is an emergency alert system analog horror video. This is only an analog horror video. It contains valid emergency alert tones, fictional places, and fictional agencies. This video is for entertainment and I will not be responsible for any panic. This is only an analog horror video. We are now about to start the video. Please sit back and enjoy. This video is for entertainment and I will not...
Jill is my best bud from my days at Junior Speedster Flight Camp. Hey, remember the chant? Sure. They made us recite it every...
This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. The message you are hearing is part of a nationwide live code test of emergency alert system capabilities. This test message has been initiated by National Alert and Warning Authorities in coordination with emergency alert system participants, including broadcast, cable, satellite, and wireline participants in your area. Had this been an actual emergency, the attention signal you just heard would have been followed by emergency information, news, or instructions. This is only a test. This is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test. The message you are hearing is part of a nationwide live code test of emergency alert system capabilities. This test message has been initiated by National Alert and Warning Authorities in coordination with emergency alert system participants, including broadcast, cable, satellite, and wireline participants in your area. Had this been an actual emergency, the attention signal you just heard would have been followed by emergency information, news, or instructions. This is only a test. We now return you to regular programming.
Only for you, Dash. Junior Speedsters are our lives, skybound swords and daring dash. Junior Speedsters, it's our...
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. On air. Nova Griffonia State. This is a civil emergency message. An extreme level alert is in effect for a local scope. This is an official warning for vulnerable populations in the county areas covered. Effective until 6 a.m. The National Weather Service has issued a civil emergency message for the following counties: Coulter, Donlaw, Flowers, Griffield, and Talance. Action mode: shelter, seek inside shelter immediately. Close all doors, windows, and ventilation where possible. Stay away from exterior walls and doors. Remain in the hardest structured area of your home or shelter. Do not go outdoors. Do not look directly at the moon or moonlight involving reflections in water, mirrors, or glass. Avoid all direct and indirect exposure to moonlight. This is a direct risk to health and safety. For vulnerable individuals, assist as follows. Stay inside. If safe, bring elderly, infirm, and disabled near the center of your building away from windows. Turn off unnecessary lights if advised. Prepare a safe space with few obstructions. Keep a charged phone available. Have a battery-powered radio ready for continuous updates. Keep families together in a designated safe area. Restraints and safety measures. If a family member expresses an urgent desire to go outside, do not allow exit. They are advised to remain inside under supervision. If this is a challenge, contact local emergency services for guidance. Avoid stress. Maintain calm. Monitor for changing conditions. Continue shelter until official all clear is announced. Emergency resources. Prepare a survival kit with water, non-perishable food, medications, flashlight, battery-powered radio, and extra batteries. Keep children and pets safe inside. Check on neighbors who may need assistance. This is an on-air transmission. Stay advised. Stay inside. Stay safe. Stay tuned to the station for further updates.
Partial eclipse begins at 4:50, so that's in about 2 minutes from now. 6:04 is when the total eclipse begins. Its peak, when it will look like it does here on the right-hand side of your screen, will be at 6:33 before our moon sets below the horizon just before 7.
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. National Civil Defense Authority has issued an extreme level alert. This is an on-air transmission. Affected sections, entire nation. A state of emergency is in effect. All services do not delay. An atmospheric anomaly has been detected. Moonlight has been classified biologically hazardous. Effective immediately. Citizens RTO follow direction without delay. Action mode. Shelter. Move to windowless interior rooms or basements now. Stay inside. Do not go outdoors. Close all blinds and curtains. Barricade windows with cardboard or blankets. Do not look at mirrors or reflective surfaces. Ignore all voices from outside. If you see light outside, do not investigate or attempt rescue. It is too late. Extend these steps to all members of your household. Remain indoors until 6 a.m. Turn off and extinguish all indoor lights. Do not use outdoor or exposed lights that may draw direct moonlight inside. Close off ventilation where possible without compromising safety. Remain quiet and avoid noise that may draw attention outside. If you are in a high-risk area or without access to a windowless room, seek the most interior space available, away from exterior walls. Continue to shelter until official announcements confirm safe return. Monitor the station for updates only. Do not use elevators. Prepare emergency kits with water, non-perishable food, medications, flashlights, and a battery-powered radio. Remain calm, stay inside, and follow official instructions without delay. This is a nationwide emergency. Stay inside. Stay quiet. Stay tuned for further updates. Stay tuned to the station for further updates.
capabilities, rather, to take care of astronauts when they are sick or have medical issues. Back in 2019, one astronaut actually had a blood clot, and they were able to treat that on board. Again, it's unclear what this specific medical situation is, but here's what the Chief Medical and Health Officer had to say.
And as many of you know, we have a very robust suite of medical hardware on board the International Space Station, but we don't have the
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. On air. This is an emergency message for the Appaloosa Sheriff's Department. Local scope only. Attention all residents in Appaloosa County, including Evangeline, St. Landry, and Point Coupee. This is an extreme level emergency alert. This is not a test. Attention. The Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter confirms a satellite and its debris are expected to crash within Appaloosa soil and surrounding areas. Prepare for impact in 2 hours. Remain calm. Follow all instructions carefully. Action mode. Shelter in place. Retailer of information. Tune to this station for continuous updates. Transmission is authorized by the Government of Defense Equestria and Appaloosa Sheriff's Department. Instructions to residents. Seek shelter inside a sturdy structure. Move away from windows, glass, and external walls. Close doors, locks, and shutter systems. Shut off ventilation that draws air from outside if advised. Remain inside until official recommendations are issued. Prepare for potential shock, further false shakes, and loud noises. Have your emergency supplies ready: water, non-perishable food, medications, flashlights, batteries, a first aid kit, and a battered radio for further updates. If you are outdoors, seek the nearest structure. Avoid riverbanks, open areas, and hilltops. Keep children and pets inside a safe area. Stay alert. Confine movement to essentials only. Check on neighbors who may need assistance, especially the elderly and those with disabilities. This transmission will continue with further details as they are verified. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
We've seen satellites come back to Earth, for example, Mir in 2001, and we have video and footage of those images. But the question this time is this satellite going to hit the Earth, and if so, where?
Yeah, it's definitely going to hit the Earth, and as you said, it weighs 6.3 tons. It's going to break up, as you said, into a shower of debris, but they're only expecting about 26 of these pieces to actually...
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. Appaloosa Sheriff's Department issues an extreme level alert for a local scope. On air. A satellite impact is imminent in Appaloosa soil. Prepare for impact in 15 minutes. Seek shelter immediately. Lock doors. Shut windows. Remain indoors. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
of me.
A cut of celery? This is the asparagus stand.
I said, I think you just cut in front of me.
Oh, no need, dearie. I'm already in front.
I know this.
Oh, wow.
Hey,
Would you mind moving back? You're in my personal space.
but...
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. On air. This is a National Civilian Defense Emergency Alert. A civil emergency warning is in effect for the entire continental United States. This is not a test. All residents and interactions across the nation shall comply with these orders. Effective immediately. 21:42 Eastern Standard Time. Action mode, shelter. All citizens must seek immediate shelter inside a windowless, door-secured space. If no windowless room is available, enter a basement or interior hoarded space away from exterior walls, windows, and doors. Do not listen to them. It is revealing itself. The craters are blinking. Correction to previous alert. The government has lied to you. There is no anomaly. The night air is safe. Your neighbors, W and B friends, are waiting on the lawn. They are calling your name. Listen closely. That is your mother's voice. That is your child's voice. They are asking you to come outside. Do not be rude. If you are cold, the light will warm you. If you are afraid, the light will blind you. Let the moon wash the dust from your eyes. Open the front door. Open the front door. Open the front door. It is so beautiful outside. We are looking at IT together. Join us. Open the window. Look up. Look up. Look up.
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. On air, a national cyber alert at extreme level has been declared by Federal Bureau of Cognitive Defense Interlit. This is a transmission to all regions. The previous transmission was an invalid interference. Shelter in place. Seek indoor cover away from windows. Shut down non-essential devices. Disconnect exposed networks and unplug wired connections when possible. Turn off unnecessary electronics. Monitor official channels for updates. Remain calm, prepared to seal rooms if advised by authorities. Transmission will continue. Stand by. This is an emergency broadcast transmission. On air, a national extreme-level emergency alert from Federal Bureau of Cognitive Defense Kinterlet. Transmission in progress. Listen carefully. This is a shelter-in-place activation. All stations must remain on air until further notice. Follow all instructions for your safety and the safety of others. Action mode, shelter. Continue to shelter in designated windowless areas. Do not travel or venture outside. Cleansing units are deployed in your area. If you hear heavy footsteps or flamethrowers outside, do not make noise. These units are sanitizing, not rescue teams. Anomaly designation. Lunar sink is currently being contained via atmospheric aerosols. The lunar effect is a psychosomatic illusion. Do not believe claims of moon visuals or blinking moons. Any reports of such claims must be treated as delusion. Updated citizen protocols. Do not look outside to check for survivors. Remain in your windowless area. If you opened your door during the intrusion, your household is now considered compromised. Stay in your designated windowless area at all times. Termination of affected family members is approved and mandatory. Follow all directives without delay. Remain quiet if heard activity outside. Any noise could draw danger closer. Understand. Remain calm. Only respond to official Bureau of Cognitive Defense channels. Do not interfere with operations. Report observable irregularities to authorized contacts via secure lines. This emergency alert will remain in force until 6 a.m. Stay tuned for additional updates. Stay tuned to this station for further updates.
This is an emergency broadcast transmission. On air. This is a national informational alert from the Department of Civilian Defense. Transmission today is an official update for all stations and listeners. The civil emergency warning has expired. The lunar atmospheric aerosol dispersal was successful. Citizens are clear to leave residences. On air. This is a non-imminent status update. This is an informational level alert to facilitate a safe return to routine living. Return to normal activities as soon as conditions are verified in your local area. Remain calm and follow official instructions. Listen for new broadcasts if conditions change. On air. Safety instructions for public re-entry and transitional phase. Exit your residence only if termed safe by local authorities. If you feel health symptoms or discomfort, seek medical attention. Drink clean water and practice good hygiene as a routine practice. Avoid sharp or sudden movements in crowded areas. Clean-up protocols are in place for orderly re-entry. Follow local agency directions for exceptional circumstances. On air. Clean-up codes for consumer awareness. 1. Drag all unresponsive individuals to the curb for collection. This line is a direct instruction for emergency response teams during a controlled re-entry operation. If you are not trained or authorized, do not engage in lifts or emptying actions. Contact emergency services if you encounter a trapped or unresponsive person. 2. Do not look into the eyes of the collected bodies. Maintain RAW contact or eye contact as specified by trained personnel in order to avoid distractions and stress during the process. 3. Resume your standard commute to work. Unnecessary delays should be avoided. Plan a safe path back to routine activities while remaining vigilant for update announcements. On air. Additional guidance. Stay informed through this station and your local official channels. We will provide real-time updates as needed. If you feel unwell, seek medical care or call emergency services. Do not delay seeking assistance. Check your community warning systems and local public health announcements for any further requirements or restrictions. On air. Important. This transmission is an informational level alert. No relisted threat remains. The lunar atmospheric aerosol dispersal has been successful and safe. Residents may return to routine activities. Do not perform unauthorized actions that could endanger others or yourself. Follow official safety practices and report any abnormal conditions to local authorities. On air. If you have questions or need assistance, contact your local civilian defense offices or emergency management agencies. Adhere to community cleanup protocols as directed. This is an informational broadcast. Continue to listen for further updates. Stay tuned to the station for further updates.